Hello everybody. In this video I'm going to go over setting up Git on a computer using Git Bash, which is a command line style interface and uses the same type of Unix commands. So here is the Git Bash window. This is the computer I'm on, the name of the computer officially. This is the profile, my user profile. And honestly I'm not really sure what that means. But I'm going to start off, and I'm going to pwd, print working directory. This is going to show me where I am as far as the computer is concerned. So this is telling me I'm in the C drive, the users folder, and my profile. So I'm going to then list my files. Okay, ls is list everything that's in that folder. Okay, and there's all the different names of the different folders. Okay, and that's the one I wanted right there, documents. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to change directory, C, users, my username, and then documents. So now I'm in the documents folder, which is a better location for me because this is one I can access without having to stress on it too much. So now that I'm changed to the folder that I want to be in, I'm going to make a new directory, basically make a new folder in the one I'm currently in. So it's mkdir, that's make directory. I'm going to make make a directory called GitHub. So I'm making a folder called GitHub in my documents folder. Done. So now I'm going to change directory to that GitHub folder. Okay, so I'm going to have to do it the long way. Okay, so now I'm in the GitHub folder where I want to be. So now I'm taking this directory. My next step is to initialize a repository, or a repo for short. Now again, a directory, as far as the Git Bash interface is concerned, a directory is a folder. As far as GitHub is concerned, a repository is also a folder. So what I'm going to be doing is telling the computer that this is going to be a Git folder, and it's going to initialize. So Git init, Git initialize, so it's initializing as a Git source. So now it's done. You can see here that I'm in the master branch of my Git folder. Now I'm going to set up some of the important stuff for Git. So git config space dash dash global user dot name. So this is your GitHub username. Next one, I'm going to do git config again, space dash dash global, and this is entering my user email. Now my next step, I'm going to add in one of my remotes. Basically I'm going to add the connection to github.com. So I'm going to type in git remote, add. So I'm adding a new remote, and I'm calling it origin. And now I add in, or I type in the URL address. So in this case, it's going to be HTTPS github.com, my username, and the repository that I cloned from the school account. So again, so this is saying, it's telling Git that it's going to, we're adding a new remote, so a new outside folder. Again, we're adding it, we're nicknaming it origin, and that is the web address, the web URL for that site. So now if I type in git remote, it'll show me all my remote locations. If I also add in the -v, that's verbose, so that shows me the full name, the full address, and it shows that I've got fetch and push, so I can pull information down and I can eventually push information back up when I am ready. So my first thing to really do now that I've got my Git set up, I'm going to pull from my remote and I'm going to pull from the master. So I'm pulling from my origin and I'm the master branch of that repository. And it's working. That's a new one for me, honestly. But it's doing it that way, but it's fine. Okay, so now I have pulled all the information from the master branch onto my computer. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a file, a text file, using the Vim, the virtual editor in Unix. Now, a lot of really hardcore coders will use the Vim for pretty much anything and then just go in and format it later. So again, we're using the Vim, and I'm creating a file, test file.txt. It's going to open a new style window. All right, so the first thing I have to do anything in here is I'm going to hit I. That's short for insert. That means now that I can write. So this is a test file. Just to show how it works. Okay, now that's all I'm going to add for the moment. So I'm going to hit the escape button. Then I'm going to type in WQ. Yay. Oh, that's always fun. Okay, Well, what I had to do was not only hit the escape button, but I also had to put in the colon to get out of that. So now I type in WQ. W is for write, Q is for quit. So it's going to write that new information to my file. Now it's going to also quit out of that test file. Okay, so now that I've seen it or created my test file, I'm going to cat test file.txt. So it's concatenating the test file.txt file to a standard output. It's linking it together. Boy, is that a mess. Whatever, it works. So now I'm going to check with Git and see what it thinks about what's going on. So I'm checking the status. So on branch master, it's got one untracked file. You see here, test file is in red. So this is a file that's been created, it's been modified, but it's not been sent to the master yet. So I'm going to, first I'm going to clear, and then I'm going to do git add test file.txt. So this is going to add add the file to be set up to be sent to my repository online. So if I check git status again, so now it's got a new file that's ready to go, so it's staged and ready to be sent up to github.com. And then I commit, so git commit --m. Okay, the --m is for message. So my message is test file first commit. The message is basically saying what is going to be happening or what the purpose of this commit is for. So now you can see the master. Okay, there's the message. One file changed, one insertion, so it created the test file.txt in my master here on my computer, my local computer. Okay, now I'm going to get back in the right window first of all. So I'm going to go to git log, and git log will basically tell me what I have done, which is not a lot. Okay, I deleted a couple teams. I pulled a merge request, and there's my commit for my test file, and that's the most recent actions on this account. Looks like I got to go through all of it. So I'm just pushing down the enter key right now. Hopefully you don't have to do this. That's all the stuff I've done for this. Okay, I got that cleared away. Sorry about that. It was still trying to pull up a lot of stuff, so it wasn't going to work with me until it pulled everything down. I just paused it, or paused the video, to let that finish out and do its own thing. So now again, I'm back in there. I'm going to go back into the Vim for a second. Test file.txt again. I'm going to just make some changes. So again, I do my I to insert, and I'm going to fix what I messed up before. So I don't know why it copied and pasted, but it did. So now I'm going to hit escape and then put a colon in, WQ, right quit, hit enter. And again, git add test file.txt. Again, git status, so it's staged to go. And git commit. Now, if I don't do the -m, it will force me to do that. So I'm going to type in a message. Let's just say fixed errors in initial commit. So there you can see that it's one file change, one's insertion, one deletion, and everything is updated. Alright, so everything is ready to be pushed from my local to my online. So now I'm going to push everything to my online master, git push origin master. So this is going to push all the files that I've created, all the things that I've done, to the master branch in my origin, my repository online for GitHub.com. Again, it's working, and there it's done. Okay, now because this is what I need to do. I'm going to create a new branch, like I told you. So git branch, again, testing. That's what I'm calling it. You can call it whatever you want, but I'm calling mine testing. So I created my new branch, and now I'm going to move to it. So git checkout master. Excuse me, that's the wrong one. Git checkout testing. So I've now switched to the testing branch of my folder. Now, if I make changes in the testing branch, I would have to merge testing back to master. And then I could do my regular commits and such. Alright, hopefully this helps. If you have any problems, shoot me a message, ask a question, raise your hand, and good luck.